this is your first time here. If this is your first time here, hit that subscribe button, please. Thank you. I appreciate it if you do. Thank you. If this is your returning time and you still have not subscribed, girl, you watching, or boy, or whomever, or they, it, whatever you are. You watching my videos. You must like what I gotta say. Go ahead and hit that subscribe. Like, I'm here. I'm gonna give you what you want. Just go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Okay, you hit it? Alright. I, myself, was bamboozled into believing this in the early stages of my weight loss surgery journey from other people only showing one side of the surgery. But like I said, day one, when I made my first video, which I will link over here. Go ahead and watch that. When I made my first video, I'm going to give it to you straight and transparent. I'm not going to give you just unicorns, rainbow, and sunshines. I'm going to sprinkle some rain in there too, because that's reality. Okay? So let's get into it. You think your life is going to change because you had weight loss surgery. It will. But is it going to match the expectations that you have? Probably not. Probably not. Now, as a disclaimer, I will say this. Doing something for yourself that will benefit you mentally, physically, emotionally, and hell, maybe even spiritually on a certain plane, will always benefit you in the long run, even if you don't see the results that you want immediately. So I'll put a disclaimer in that. I'm not making this video to say that getting weight loss surgery is pointless, or like getting weight loss surgery will not help you in certain ways because of whatever. I'm not saying that. So I just want to make that clear before I get into what I have to say. I'm going to use myself as an example because, know thyself. And I'm going to say this. I had this notion that when I hit a certain weight, when I lose a certain amount of pounds, that life was just going to automatically uproot and just change and do a 180 for me. And looking back on that now, I understand why I thought like that. Because you see other people who may look a certain way and they get a certain type of treatment, and you make that connection like, okay, they look like this. So when I look like that or similar, the same experiences are going to happen to me. It might. But you just have to be realistic with yourself. Now, I'm a homebody to and through. Homebody. Okay? I work remotely. I've been working remote since the pandemic, and I would never step a foot back into the office, okay? If I could be in my house, I'm going to be in my house. Like, that's it. That's just me. And that's not to say that I don't go out. I do. But I go out within my reasons, and I go out within my means of what I'm comfortable with. Like, I've never been the party girl. I have never been the club girl. I have never been that girl. I am the gamer girl. I am the anime girl. I am the binge girl. I am the kickback girl. I am the chilling with the homies, in rotations past that. I'm that girl. I'm chill. I thought that after losing weight, or when I hit a certain size, that I was just automatically going to uproot and become like somebody who want to go out every Friday. I don't know how I thought that shit. I don't know how I thought that was going to be my reality after losing weight, because that's not what I do now. And I think something in terms of like with that is going back and checking in with yourself and understanding why you're not doing it. So, like, if you're not going out because you're ashamed of your size and you get smaller, then yeah, you might have that reality where, like, now you feel good, so you're going to go out more. That's true. But you could be a person like me where going out had really nothing to do with your size. It was just because of that's just who you are. And there's nothing wrong with that. But having the certain expectations when you are getting ready to go on any type of weight loss journey of what the outcome is going to be, like however long into the future, that this is going to be the person and who you're going to be just automatically, please toss that out your head, because that's nonsense and that's not real life and that's not realistic at all. Whatever underlying issues that you had prior to your weight loss journey or weight loss surgery, if anything, they're going to amplify during the surgery. I'm seeing like after the surgery. They're going to amplify because you never really dealt with them. You assume that, oh, I lose the weight, all my troubles, they go away. No, they don't go away. They're still there. They're just deep down, they're repressed. And then you're going to find yourself where you get stressed out. Like after everything is kind of coming to a steady motion and your body's starting to get into a state of homeostasis after the surgery, that's when you're going to start seeing if you really worked on your issues or not, if you really worked through that stuff or not, because it's going to start coming up. And I'm speaking to that. I was an emotional eater, and I did my best to try to just push that down, push it down, push it down, push it down. And when I will find myself finding a comfort food, like for me, my comfort food now is Skinny Pop white cheddar popcorn. And I rationalized it to myself that it was okay because it was only 46 calories a cup. So it was okay. It's okay. And then it wasn't until I had noticed that, like, I would every day around the same time that I would like get up and get me a bowl of popcorn every day. And it wasn't until I took that time to be like, yo, what's going on? Like, and check in. What's happening was I was stressed out from personal stuff that was within my life, within my job. And my reaction to stress was to eat. But now being a bariatric person, I cannot do the just stuff in my face. So I still had the issue, and I minimized it and I packaged it in another way. And that may happen to you where you realize that, but when you do come to realization that you're still working through these issues, it's okay. It's okay to still work through those issues. But being real with yourself about the issues that you're having is step number one. If you had low self-esteem prior to the weight loss surgery, and you had low self-esteem the majority of your life, you might feel good a little bit, yeah, after the surgery. But if you didn't work on your self-esteem, you didn't work on your inner self, and you didn't take that time to really get a sense of who you were and work on being comfortable in who you are, you're still going to be insecure. You're still going to be insecure after the surgery. And that's not to be mean. That's just to be real. I'm not saying any of this to be mean or to like come off whatever. Like, I'm going to tell you whatever advice that I need for the time that ever I think is going to be beneficial to your journey. Like, any issues that you have prior to the surgery, they're going to be still there afterwards. And they're probably 9 out of 10 times going to intensify. Like, I didn't think so. I didn't think that mine would have intensified. I thought that, once you lose weight, everything's going to be good. And, like, they come back. It comes back. Because you didn't work them out. You didn't work it through. You wasn't working through them as you went onto the journey. You just assumed that losing the weight would have been sufficient enough that now your outward appearance look a certain way. So cool. Your outward looks a certain appearance looks a certain way. What about the inside? How do you feel internally? And if how you feel internally doesn't match how you look externally, then there's a disconnect. There's no balance. You're not balanced. So what I have done for myself is giving myself grace, giving myself patience, checking in with myself when I do have my moments, when I do find myself slipping, and really being like, hey, are you hungry? Or are you trying to escape something right now? What's going on? Are you hungry? Or are you bored? Are you hungry? Or are you upset? Are you hungry? Or is there something on your mind? And doing those check-ins and for real and being real. And finding it out. And a lot of times you will find that it's just stuff that you're just dealing with at that time. And if you have been using food to cope, then you're going to keep continuing to use food to cope. And if you don't keep continuing to use food to cope, you're going to find something else. So you're going to go from one addiction to something else. And even though it's not food anymore, an addiction, regardless, is not a healthy addiction. Then you need to have balance. Have low self-esteem. Do some journaling. Find 3 to 5 things that you like about yourself. 3 to 5 physical attributes that you like about yourself. 3 to 5 non-physical attributes that you like about yourself. Talk to your family. Talk to your therapist. Get a therapist. Get some group counseling if you can't afford a therapist. But losing weight is not the only solution. It's a part of the equation, but it's not going to be the solution. Losing weight is only going to change your outward appearance and reverse any diseases or put you at a lower risk for certain diseases that are related to obesity. But it's the journey that gets you to the point of where you feel good about yourself. Embracing your body changing, embracing your lifestyle changing, embracing the elevation of now how you deal with yourself and deal with food and how you deal with your habits. Those in a collective, in addition to losing the weight, in addition to the exercise, in addition to whatever else you're doing, is what makes you as a whole and helps you as a person grow and develop and have that sense of accomplishment. Because if you're only basing your accomplishment off of the weight, once you lose the 100 pounds, the 150, 200 pounds, 50 pounds, whatever it was, once you lose it, then what else? Then what? You have to go through this journey for the entirety of it all. You can't want to skip and only have certain parts and only want to deal with this, only want to deal with that. If you got issues and you got problems before, nothing is going to change after. That's all I'm going to say about it. If you believe that, you just need to lose 50 pounds and you fine, then you fine. You fine. You fine. But Yeah, man. You have to go through this as a whole. You have to go through the entirety of the journey, and be okay with going through everything, because there's going to be times where it's hard, where you don't want to do it no more. Like, those days are going to come. It's going to be days where you feel like shit about yourself. You're going to look in the mirror and hate what you see for that moment, for whatever reason. And in that moment in itself, you have to redirect what you think, because your mind is like such a chaotic place, and you can't stay up there too long. So the moment you have that thought, like, oh, I don't like this, or like my arms, or like I have neck fat, or my stomach jiggles, or whatever, redirect that thought into something else. Work on yourself. Just work on your issues, because weight loss is not going to solve it all for you. It's not. But I'm gonna end this here. Thank you for watching. Please comment, share, subscribe. If you have any thoughts on what I said, go ahead and post them down into the comments. Be respectful of everybody, though. Be respectful of me, and be respectful of those who are viewing this, because this is a very sensitive topic for a lot of people. And I will catch you on the next one. Bye.